Hello everyone, I'm VC Penguin. I'm here with a tutorial on how to use my modular files for Photoshop. Photoshop is what I generally use to make the tokens that I put out, and so this is where I first set up the files for the modular tokens, and then I create another version for GIMP. There will be a separate video for that. Feel free to check that out if you use GIMP, which is free and available online right now. So, the example modular file that I've chosen is the Ascended Bear token from the Starfarers pack. This is a bear that's been given hyper-intelligence or something and wears power armor. What's not to love? This is the example image that's at the beginning, at the open of the file. But I'm going to go ahead and build my own. I'm going to build a bear, which was not an intended joke when I started this. And as you can see down here in the Layers panel, I have a number of pieces that I can apply to the shot, to the token. And these are designed to be able to be layered up and then give you a token that you want. So I'm just going to choose some pieces that I think are pretty cool. I'll go with that one. That's interesting. That's why. I'm going to go with the polar bear head. I think I'm going to make him murky. Yeah. And let's give him some new arms. Some nice clean hands. Great. And then I'll jump past the weapons for a moment. I just want to make sure that his armor is how I think I want him to look. Oh, let's give him some bare feet. Sigh. Do I have that in red? I do. Yeah, polar bear feet, no boots. That's how I think I want his armor to look. For a guy like this, well, let's give him something to hold on to. I have 3 different versions of this handle. I think I like that one. And I'll just choose a spear tip. Great. I like that one. And that's it. That's effectively this token completed. This is an Ascended Bear with all of its parts. Now, I like to play my games with the white outlines because I find that helps them pop off the map, and I can really see them when I'm playing the game. So I'm paying attention to the pieces that I've activated for this one, and then I'm going to find the corresponding layer. So is it polar head? So that's the outline, but it's underneath everything. So if I turned off all of these, all you'd see behind it is that, which lines up exactly with the polar bear's head. And by selecting all of the accurate white outlines, then I end up outlining the entire thing. Is that everything? I think, no, hands. Perfect. So now I will click the crop tool, which means that I can resize the canvas to whatever I'd like. Hit enter, turn off the background, and that's my token on a background that is completely see-through. So now I just go to File, Save As, and the important part here is that I change the file type to PNG. PNGs are able to take in alpha levels, which means that they're able to be saved with invisible areas of the image. If I did something like a JPEG, the entire background would be filled in with white. And I'll save it as Spear Bear token. Yes, interlaced really doesn't matter too much for me. And there it is. So now if I go to Ascended Bear, there's the token. He shows up. That's great. I can now just drop it into my game as I see fit. It doesn't stop there though. Let's say I wanted to make this a little bit more interesting. Say I didn't want it to be a bear. Maybe I wanted it to be something else. How about I take off that head and I put on some boots. Yeah, that's nice. And then I'm going to open up a different modular file. I think I'll go with, what's one that's very modular? Garagackle. Yeah. So I'm going to open the modular file that came with this one and look for a different head. This is the serpenette head. Yeah. So I can do this one of 2 ways. I can select a square, copy it, go to the other file, Control V, and paste it, put it on top of everything, and there I have the head. The other way is that you can right click on a layer, go to duplicate layer, and then choose the file that it opens in. So in this case it would be the Spear Bear token Photoshop file. Okay, and there it is. So I only need the one. So now we have a snake man in power armor, which is terrifying. And I think I'll change his weapons to, yeah, that looks neat. And since he has a lisp, let's give him a scythe. Great. So now I just need to find the corresponding pieces for that, which is the scythe top. And for the head now, I have a bit of an issue. I need to create a white outline for it. So I'm going to double click the layer, go to outer glow, and I've already set this to the way that I use it when I create these. I am using the blend mode normal, because that means that it will show up as a solid white or a solid color that I choose. The opacity is 100%. The color is white, though it could be anything, but I'm going to go with white. The spread is up very high. Now the spread, which you can see I'm on the wrong layer here, the spread maintains how much of a blur there is to the edge of the area that I've selected. I'm going to put that up very high so that the edge is quite hard rather than a soft edge. And then I can change the size to 4 pixels, which is what I'm always using whenever I create a outline for these tokens. Okay, now you can see I've done that on the wrong layer. So I'm going to the head that I want to create a outline for, double click, create an outer glow, press OK because these are all of the settings that I already have set up. Now I'm going to right click the outer glow effect and go to create layer. That will separate the white effect from the part that I have established already. Then I will put this way below everything else, right down the bottom of the layers, and now it's behind everything and I have a token with a complete outline. So from there all I have to do is square it off as best I can to save space. If I hold Alt, I can do both sides at once by selecting the mover there. Turn off the background and then save as PNG Snake Scythe. Save. And there is my token. And that's how you use the modular file. So when mix and match is a word used a lot throughout my token creation, and when I mean that it's very easy to take assets from one file and place them in a different file and completely exponentially change the number of options you have for every token that you feel like making. So happy token building, enjoy the Techlanders tokens, and good gaming. Really quickly, another thing that I want to mention is, let's put the grizzly head back on. The other option I have is that I can simply go to the files that I have, find one that has a bunch of separated elements like the dragon parts, and then say drop in a bionic eye. And if I select the layer that I want to apply it to, I can just drop a piece on that is way too big and resize it. So I'm going to hold Shift and Alt, grab the corner and then size it. So Shift will make it uniform, Alt will make it use the pivot point as the area, as the reference point for where it is scaling from and to. So I've dragged it, dropped it, resized it, I can place it, and that looks pretty cool to me. That's a bear with a bionic eye. Let's just clean it up a bit. Perfect. And I could save that and have that as my token, bionic bear with an eyeball of laser. So thank you again for watching, and see you soon.